this video, I'm going to be breaking down some Sword Soul combos that you guys need to know in order to destroy this current metagame. And as always, guys, like the video. If you like the video, go ahead and comment what you guys want to see next and subscribe if you have not already, guys. And without further ado, let's get right into the video. Alright guys, now we are getting on to the first combo. Now again guys, like I said, my first combos are basic, and then later on they get a little bit more intense. But starting with the combo guys, it's going to be any sort of Tenyi name plus Vessel for the Dragon Cycle. Now this card is crazy, and it gets a lot better, of course, once we have access to Arch Nemesis Protos, just more worm monsters to facilitate plays. But before we start the combo guys, please go ahead and leave a like and of course subscribe. Comment what you guys want to see next, check all the links down below. But we're going to start off. So again, because we control no monsters, we can go ahead and summon out a Tenyi monster, or sorry, no effect monster. We summon out our Tenyi Stana, link away into our monk. Now again, it does not have to be Stana, it can be any sort of Tenyi, whatever, it doesn't really matter. But from here guys, we're going to fire off Vessel of the Dragon Cycle, or for the cycle, to go ahead and send one worm. And then if you control a face-up non-effect monster, you can add one worm, so it's very good. Also, it's just a Foolish Barrel, and then if we have a non-effect, you can go ahead and add it. Also, one thing to remember guys as well is it doesn't say if you control only non-effect, it just says if you control a face-up non-effect, which is really good, because if we have like a Nibiru on our board and then we have a Monk of the Tenyi as well, then we can use Vessel to facilitate plays. Really nice in that regard. From here guys, we can go ahead and continue playing by going ahead and using Adhara to start summon himself out, because we have not used that effect. Then we can use the Ashuna in our graveyard to go ahead and banish to summon out our Vishuddha. And then from here guys, because we have a 1 and a 7, we can go ahead and sync our monsters away into our Shishao. And then again, Shishao's effect on summon to add any Sword Soul card. So again, you guys can add Taya, you guys can add Emergence, you guys can get Protos, you guys can get Long Yuan, Moyu, whatever you guys want to get, you guys can absolutely get. It doesn't even matter. But from here guys, we can go ahead and fire off Emergence to go ahead and get Taya. Some Taya's effect to banish anything. What I like to do normally is I like to keep the monsters in grave, especially like if I haven't used Adhara yet, because then I can use Adhara to go ahead and add back. So it's pretty good. From here we can go ahead and synchro our monsters way into Baxia. Now because Taya was synchroed off, he can dump a monster, so I dump another Adhara. So the reason for that is because we can use the first Adhara to add, then we can use the second Adhara with the Baxia to go ahead and synchro. So we can use Baxia here to go ahead and pop and reborn out the Adhara, summon out the Adhara, and then here we can go ahead and synchro summon away into our Chao Feng. So now again, Chao Feng has locked your opponents out of light effects. It's pretty good against decks like Voiceless Voice, things of that nature. It's a very like OP and potent blanket effect in my opinion, so it's really good, right? So again, we have a monster negate, we have Chao Feng, who's a blanket effect. Then when he is destroyed, we can add any tuners, so we can get like Incredible Ecclesia, we can get hand traps, Chi-Win, any of the Yang Zings, things of that nature. But again guys, that's it for the first combo. Super basic, right? Like it's not too crazy. Now let's get into the second combo. Alright guys, now we're getting on to the second combo. It's going to be Ashuna plus Adhara. So again, kind of similar in that regard, just that we don't have Vessel this time. So again, what you want to do is you always want to special summon out Ashuna, link Ashuna away into Monk of the Tenyi. From here we can special summon out our Adhara. And again, I'm sure you guys can kind of see it's very similar to the last play, except this time we're going to Shishao. Shishao will add our Long Yuan. Then we can use Adhara banish to get Ashuna back into our hand. Then we can go ahead and use Long Yuan discard, summon out our token, and then from here we can go ahead and synchro away into our Xixing Long Yuan or Chang'ing, depending. Make sure I always burn for 1200. Then we pass here. So again, this is another style of board. Again, if you have Blackout, I would recommend to go for Chang'ing, because then Blackout plus Chang'ing is very OP, because we can clear all sorts of monsters, especially because Chang'ing has like the pseudo Ice Dragon's Prison effect, if you're familiar with that. But this guy is also really good, banishing field spells, continuous spells, things of that nature. He is really good in that regard, and then banishing special monsters as well. So again, that was a really quick second combo guys. Now let's get on to the third combo. Alright guys, now we are getting on to the third combo. Now this is when it gets a little different. Again, the variations are all kind of the same, it's just kind of the way you play it out. So from here we can go ahead and use Ashuna, special summon Ashuna, and go ahead and link our Ashuna away into our Monk of the Tenyi. From here we can go ahead and fire off Vessel. This time it's going to be a little different, okay? This time we're going to dump Protos, we're going to go ahead and add us our Adhara. So it's really good in this regard. I'm sure you guys might be able to see, but if you don't know, you guys will know now. So we go ahead and special summon out Adhara, go ahead and use Ashuna's effect to summon out the 7. From here we can go ahead and synchro our monsters away into our Shishao effect on summon to go ahead and add us our Taya. Again, it can be Emergence, whatever you guys want to do, but in this regard I'm going to go ahead and dump Taya. Now again, depending on what you dump, like this play will change, and you guys will see what I mean later on. But from here we dump Taya, then use Taya's effect to banish the Protos, summon the token. Then from here we can use Adhara to banish himself to go ahead and get Protos to our hand, which is really good, right? It's like a nice little pseudo way of making Vessel almost like a rodent in that regard. From here we can sync our way into our Baxia, go ahead and use Taya to dump. From here Taya can also dump Moyi, because you can go Baxia pop to reborn Moyi reveal summon and on Draco Berserker. But from here this is kind of insulating your Protos to almost be guaranteed, because you can go ahead and summon here. Now Adhara will be our summon, and then before this our opponent can nib us, but it's fine because we still have Protoss, right? From here we can go ahead and sink our way into Chao Fang. Now we've locked our opponent out of light monsters, and then we can go ahead and banish the 3 to summon out our Protoss, and then we can call dark, we can call light, things of that nature. It just depends, right? But I mean, this is really good. Our opponent can't summon darks and they can't use light effects, so it pretty much clears the majority of the decks in the format. The only thing is like the snake eye cards and things of that nature, but again, this is a 2-card combo, so you probably have all sorts of other cards in your hand. And one thing to note, guys, as well, is Vessel could have dumped Long Yuan, and then instead of having the Protoss, we could have had a Synchro 10 on the board. So we could just kind of, depending on what you guys want to go with, you know what I mean? But again, that's it for the third combo, I think it is. I don't really know at this point, but that's for the third combo, guys. Let's get into the next combo. Alright, guys, so now we are getting on to the fourth combo, if I'm not mistaken. Now, this is when the combo gets a little crazy, I'm not gonna lie, okay? This was just like, I was randomly testing it out just to see how consistent it is, and you need a combination of any of these cards in your hand. Again, you play all sorts of other cards, so it is really good. I just wanted to showcase the power of like the Tenyis and things of that nature. From here, guys, you guys will see what we do. So basically, what you want to do is you want to start off with the Ashuna, summon up Ashuna, link it away into Monk of the Tenyi. This can be any Tenyi as well. I just like starting off with Ashuna because it's like a name I haven't started off with. From here, we go ahead and use Vessel. Vessel will go ahead and add us our Adhara and send our Ashuna. But this is where kind of the play deviates. So we go ahead and special summon out Adhara, go ahead and use Ashuna to banish to summon out our Tenyi Spear Stunner. So from here, guys, of course, you can make a Shishao if you wanted by going the Vashuda and the thing into Shishao, or you can go into Baxia and Chao Fang to kind of like insulate our plays before we kind of commit to our line. But from here, I just want to showcase a different route. So from here, we have a level 1 tuner and a level 4 monster. So from here, guys, we can go ahead and sync our monsters away into our Denglong, first of the Yang Zing. Now, Denglong's effect will trigger to go ahead and add us our 9 pillars of the Yang Zing, which are a counter trap, which is very, very OP. From here, we can go ahead and fire off Denglong to go ahead and dump. So we dump the Chi-Yuan to make him a level 1. Now, I'm sure you guys might be able to see where this is going, but if not, I will show you. So he's level 1. We can normal summon the Taya effect to go ahead and banish to summon out a token. From here, guys, we can go ahead and sync our monsters away into our Shishao. Go ahead and use Shishao's effect to go ahead and activate as Chainlink 1, Taya Chainlink 2, Taya will go ahead and dump our Moyi, and then Shishao will go ahead and add us our Swordsoul Sacred Summit. From here, guys, what we want to do is we want to go ahead and use Adhara to banish to go ahead and get a Tenyi monster back to our hand. Again, it doesn't matter. Actually, it doesn't matter because we need the name in the hand for Moyi. From here, we can go ahead and use Sacred Summit to reborn the Moyi. Moyi's effect will go ahead and trigger to reveal to go ahead and summon out our monster, which is going to be our token, which is really good. And then for here, guys, we can go ahead and sync our monsters away into our Baxia. Again, it can also be Draco Berserker, it can be Baxia, it can be whatever you guys want, right? Like the world is your oyster in this regard. From here, we can go ahead and use Moyi because it will sync it off to go ahead and draw. Again, added the Imperm just to show you like the draws are blank, it doesn't matter. From here, guys, we can go ahead and use Baxia. Baxia will go ahead and pop Monk to summon out our Chi-Yuan, which is really good. And then from here, we can go ahead and use Chi-Yuan and Baxia to sync our monsters away into our Chao Fang. So again, there is a light lock on the board. Then here, guys, we can go ahead and set our 9 pillars. And now during our opponent's turn, we can activate our 9 pillars of the Yang Zing. One really good thing about this is because usually the destruction of the Yang Zing monster, because like when they should miss timing because their destruction is Chainlink 2, but because you're negating as Chainlink 2, it'll resolve successfully. So we can go ahead and use 9 pillars to go ahead and pop our Chao Fang or our Denglong. What I would recommend is to pop our Denglong, and this is why. So we can use 9 pillar, it'll pop our Denglong to negate and shuffle back, and then on a separate chain, it'll be Chainlink 1 Denglong and Chainlink 2 Chi-Yuan, meaning that Chi-Yuan will summon out, and then we can go ahead and use Denglong to summon out our Beyond. Now during our opponent's turn, basically Beyond has this effect where it says blah blah whatever. Once per turn during your opponent's main phase or battle phase, you can immediately after this effect resolves, synchro summon 1 synchro monster using only Yang Zing monsters you control. A synchro monster that is synchro summoned, blah blah, uses material can't be short battle, so it's really good. Very similar to Fiber in that regard, where it can use its effect during the main phase or battle phase, so it's really good. So we still have the banish negate, we still have the Chao Fang effect, where if Chao Fang does end up dying for whatever reason, we can get any form of tuner. And then we have the Beyond and Chi-Yuan, and the reason why this is really good is because if our opponent tries to threaten something, maybe they want to mill from deck, maybe they want to do things of that nature, we can go ahead and use Beyond's effect, which lets us quick synchro during our opponent's turn to go ahead and quick synchro away into our Herald of the Arclight, which is really good because now this Herald is a kind of like a macro cosmos in a sense, where it says any monster sent from the deck or hand to the graveyard is banished, but it also cannot be destroyed by battle, meaning that our opponent will struggle to deal with this card, especially if we're playing kind of things like anything that mills from deck or sends from hand is pretty good, like Voiceless, maybe cards like 1-for-1, things of that nature. Like Herald is really good in that regard. Also can't be destroyed by battle. Then they have to attack the Chi-Yuan or the Chao Fang, which is light locking. We also have the negate as well, so it's a really potent combo that you guys should definitely pay attention to. But the video's not done, guys, because I did do another quick test hand just to showcase you the importance of how to play Swordsoul and how good the deck actually is. Alright, guys, so now we're quickly jumping into my test hand. I did a quick test hand, guys, and I ended up kind of liking the result of it, so I just want to showcase you guys it. So even though I did open kind of weird with like Beyond the 9 Pillars, I can still play because I have Ashuna, I have Ecclesia, and I have Vessel. So you guys will see my play right here. So from here, we summon out the Ashuna, go and link the Ashuna away into our Monk of the Tenyi. From here, we can fire our Vessel of the Dragon Cycle. This will go ahead and dump Protos to get us our Adhara. Personally speaking, I'm valuing Protos over Long Yuan every single time, specifically because like I'm gonna be worm locked anyways, like, and there's no more Baron anymore. So from here, summon out Adhara, go ahead and use the Ashuna banish to summon out the 7. From here, guys, what we can do is we can go ahead and synchro summon our way into our backstay. Now again, you're gonna be doing this backstay play if we already have access to any of our normal summons, be it Ecclesia, Moyi, Taya, Emergence, things of that nature. So that's what we're gonna use backstay here. Backstay will pop to go ahead and summon our Adhara. Then here we can go ahead and synchro our monsters away into Chafing. So now our opponent can no longer use light monster effects, insulating us from cards like Nibiru, cards like Effect Veiler, and stuff like that, right? So it's really good in that regard. And then here, guys, we can go ahead and normal summon out our Ecclesia, use Ecclesia, tribute herself off, summon the Taya, and then here we can go ahead and get Taya effect to go ahead and banish Protos, summon out a token. From here, guys, really important to use Adhara here because again, we don't have a non-effect monster once we synchro, so get the Protos in hand as fast as possible. From here, guys, we can go ahead and synchro into Shishao. Go ahead and use Shishao's effect here, Chainlink 1, Taya Chainlink 2, Taya will dump Chiwen, and this will go ahead and add us our Long Yuan. So I was thinking about what to dump here, but I think Chiwen works very well because it says when a Yang Zing monster you control destroy a battle or card effect and send to graveyard wild cards in graveyard, special on this card, and if you do banish it when it leaves the field. So again, Chiwen's pretty good in that regard, like gives us more chain blocking with like Chafing, especially because like if they destroy this by battle or card effect, it'll trigger Chiwen, so we can go like Chainlink 1 Chafing, Chainlink 2 Chiwen, so it works very well in that regard. From here, guys, we will go ahead and add us our Long Yuan, use Long Yuan, discard the Beyond, summon out our token. Man, I really wish Beyond had the effect in the graveyard. Like, if you really want to do it, you can do a shaman play. I'll show you guys later. But from here, we go ahead and synchro our monsters away into our Swordsoul, Sovereign, Shishing, Long Yuan, Evil Man. And then from here, we can go ahead and banish 3, summon out our Protos, and then we set the 9 Pillars of Yang Zing. And there you go, guys. In a random test hand where my hand literally was like, okay, it was kind of consistent. It's kind of legit, honestly. We end on Chafing, which is locking out of light effects. We end on, and we did the Chafing before our 6 summon and before we continued. So all of this was insulated. We also have the Shishao, which is the monster negate, which is banish and then obviously negate. We have a Protos who prevents our opponent from summoning dark monsters. Sorry, we have Shishing Long Yuan, who's like 15 different interruptions. We also bring Long Yuan, so they're low as well. Then we have 9 Pillars of the Yang Zing, which also crazy because it says when a spell trap card or bounce effect is activated and you control the Yang Zing card, negate the activation if you just destroy that and shuffle it, right? So the reason why I like 9 Pillars in this regard especially is we force our opponent to out our Chafing. Once Chafing is outed, we can use this effect to add us like an Ecclesia, so you have follow play for next turn. Then this will also trigger our Chiwen in the graveyard to go ahead and summon out because our Chafing was destroyed. And then when Chiwen summons out onto the field, we can use 9 Pillars to pop our Chiwen to go ahead and negate and shuffle. So we have all sorts of forms of insulated kind of effect negation, things of that nature, guys. It's really crazy. This is SwordSoul what it is. This is what SwordSoul should be, in my opinion. If you pilot very well, you can go ahead and slap this format apart, guys. I will be piloting this deck kind of for this format, so hopefully I can show you guys how good the deck really is, guys. But that's for the video, guys. My name's Hamza, and like I always say, keep on shining, never gonna dreams. Peace.